Hi guys, in this video I want to give you guys 5 tips with which you can make your own bodyweight workout plan. I've been a fitness coach for 15 years now, and over the years I've developed a few simple principles that help you create your own bodyweight workout plan at home. So stay tuned for 5 tips. Here's tip number 1. Focus on compound exercises. Now what does that mean? When you train at home, you have, what you will see later, all the possibilities that you basically have in a gym. Sometimes you have to improvise, that's all there is. But when you create your plan, you should always focus on using compound exercises. This means choose the basic pushing exercises like push-ups in any form or variation. Use the basic pulling exercises like pull-ups or sling rows in any kind of variation. Use lunges, use squats, squat jumps. All these basic compound movements that you can also do in the gym is what you should do at home. Now, if you have these all set, you can of course go and do isolation exercises like biceps curls and the likes, or tricep extensions if you like. But only do these if you have the compound movement set. If you can push, do this, and then if you want to add a little more for your triceps, then go and do these isolation exercises. Isolation means only one joint is used, whilst with compound movements more than one joint is used. Like for pushing, you use the shoulder and the elbows. And same goes for the leg exercises. I mean, it's kind of hard to do just leg extensions or leg curls at home, but if you do them only after your pushing exercises, after your squats and after your lunges. Okay, so the next tip I want to give you guys is the 48-hour, I call it 48 hours, 72-hour rule. So when you create your bodyweight workout plan at home, it's very important that you train each muscle every other day, at least every 3 days. So I highly recommend you that if you create a plan that has all the compound movements in it, do this plan at least 3 times a week. Because the stimulus that you set into your muscles for adaptation usually starts to drift down after 2 to 3 days. So at least 3 days per week, better 4 days per week, you should set a stimulus to your muscle and you should train this muscle. Now, does it have to be the same exercise? No, it does not. But it should be that the muscle gets triggered again. Also, from my research, what I found is that there is something like a 20 set rule for a week, which basically means that if you train only for optics, so let's say you want this bodyweight workout plan and you only want to look good, what's important here is that you aim for 20 sets per week per muscle. So if you work out 4 days a week, then in each of these sessions you should aim for at least 5 sets for each muscle. So 5 sets of squats or lunges, or 5 sets of push-ups, or 5 sets of pull-ups in each session. So it sums up to at least 20 sets per week. This is like a golden basic rule that you should be aiming for. And next thing is the order of the exercises. That is tip number 3. The order of the exercises is important. My recommendation for you is, if you train your whole body each time that you work out at home, which is good, basically. If you do that, you should choose the exercises so that you do not suffer from muscle fatigue. Which means I usually work out like this. I have, let's say, 4 to 5 exercises. I start with the first one, I do a set, then I do the second one with 1 set, the third one with 1 set, and I always work in a circle. And if you do that, it is important that the exercises that one exercise will not hinder you to do the next exercise properly. And what does it mean? For example, it's kind of hard to do an abdominal exercise right before you do your burpees, because when doing the burpees, you use a lot of your abdominal muscle. And if you go and do a very hard set of any sit-up variation, and right after that, you go next directly straight into the burpees, this might hinder your performance because your abs are pre-exhausted, and it might be that they get overtrained in the set that you will be doing next. So my recommendation here is to split the exercises in a way that one exercise does not have any issue with the next exercise. For example, if you do a push-up, right? Your main muscles here are triceps, chest, and shoulders. Now let's say you do, for example, handstand push-ups. Do not do a set of push-ups and then a set of handstand push-ups, because you will be so pre-exhausted that the effect of the handstand push-ups, for example, will diminish. So, for example, what you could do here is you do push-ups, next exercise would be pull-ups, totally different muscles, and then you do the handstand push-ups, for example. Or same thing is if you do burpees, which also uses the legs, do not go straight to lunges afterwards. This is a recommendation I can give you, because if you do that, again, you will have your legs kind of pre-exhausted and you want them fresh for the lunges. So do, for example, burpees, then you do the sit-ups, for example, or a pulling exercise, which uses different muscles, and then you go for the lunges. Now, again, it's not the end of the world if you don't respect this tip, but it's still helpful to start each exercise that you want to do with fresh muscles that are not pre-exhausted from another exercise. Okay? Now, the next tip I can give you, which is tip number 4, is to mix it up. If you have your plan set, for example, you have a training day which includes squats, air squats, push-ups, and pull-ups or rows, and sit-ups, the basic 4. Now, I don't know about you, but I need variation in my training. I can't do the same training day 4 times a week because I find it boring and it does not motivate me. So what I do is I do this plan on Monday, for example, and on Wednesday, I still do a whole body workout, but I use different exercises. So I switch the squats for the lunges, I switch the sit-ups for some kind of plank variation or side planks, I switch the push-ups for some kind of archer push-ups, I switch the pull-ups for sling rows, and the effect is very similar, but it's a different input, also on a mental level, which might be very important for you, that it's not always the same old routine that you're doing. Okay, this is tip number 4. Mix it up according to your needs, and mix it up if you need that. Now, if you're the kind of guy who always needs the same routine, who always needs the same input in order to stay motivated and in order to have something that you can hold on to, then by all means, go ahead and do it and only switch it up like every other month or so. But if you're more like me and you need variation, switch it up every day, because if you do squats on Monday, lunges on Wednesday, squats on Friday, lunges on Saturday or Sunday, this makes a huge difference for your motivation. Now, the last tip here is basically just an example plan that I would like to give you. So, like I just said, you can go and choose 4 basic exercises. Exercise 1, for the very beginner, let's say, it would be squats, just air squats. Do them for 1 minute or do as many as you can and leave a few in the tank. Now, let's say you're a beginner, you can do 20 squats. Then you're going to do 15. Do 15 squats. Do 10 push-ups on your knees if you need to. Do 10 sling rows, like with a sling trainer, or if you can do some pull-ups. And the last one was you do lunges, for example. We had the legs, sorry. So you do sit-ups at the end. So these are 4 basic exercises. You're going to do these in a row, first, second, third, and fourth. And then you're going to start over and you do as many rounds as you are able to properly execute the exercise. Could be 4 rounds, could be 5 rounds, could be even 7 rounds, depending on your fitness level. Important thing is that you are able, if you're a beginner, that you are able to go through with the repetitions to the end with a proper form without interrupting it because your muscle burns out. You can do that if you're more advanced, if you're sure about the technique and if you have some experience. But if you're a total newbie, then don't go there. Learn the movements and do each set just so long that you are able to properly execute the exercise. That's an important tip from my side, and this would be a good plan. So this would be your first plan, and the second plan, if you need to switch it up, is another variation of rowing, another variation of pushing, which could be, for example, you do the push-ups on a slightly tilted ground so that your chest is higher than your legs, and then you push a little more down than with the other version. Same thing goes for the rowing exercise. You could do another angle of rowing, so you have another muscle working it, and you could use regular sit-ups, for example, or planks. You hold them as long as you can properly, then you release. And instead of the air squats, you do the air lunges, or you do jump squats if you're sure about the technique. And this would be your day 2. And then you switch back to day 1, and then you switch back to day 2. So on a Monday, you do day A. On a Wednesday, you do day B. On the Friday, day A again. And on a Saturday or Sunday, you do the other day B again. So you have 4 workouts each week, at least 5 sets per muscle, per workout. And then you should be good for the first half year. Roundabout, okay? You can switch it up and heighten the number of sets if you want, but for the first few months, if you're a total beginner, this should be good enough. Okay guys, hope this helps you. Hope you have learned something here with my 5 tips for your body weight workout plan. If you have questions, just post them down in the comments below. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Helps this channel out a lot because I've seen that many people who watch the videos are no subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button, and I wish you a good day. See you around.